Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another time out here. Welcome to another time in the upper room. Another opportunity to pray. Thanks for coming. Thanks for making it. We started a study here in the book of Proverbs as we lead ourselves in the place of praying, and we're titled it "Get Sense," right? So we'll continue with that. We stopped yesterday. We're looking at the first part of Proverbs chapter 1, and yesterday we stopped at, I believe that would be verse. Oh, did I make a mistake? All right, we're talking about looking at those verses. Just looking at it, as told was 13, but we stopped at verse 3 yesterday, right? We're saying that Solomon was telling us the intent, of the whole book itself. We looked at verse 1, verse 2, we stopped at verse 3, and we relating it, to we looked at the Lord's Prayer. Jesus, the Bible says Jesus was teaching us to pray. And he taught us that we should pray that God should deal with us as we deal with others. Bagazade bagaba. Yeah, that is a high standard. We're saying, God, deal with me as I deal with others. Do you know that's what is in the Lord's Prayer? That's a big high standard, which a lot of people will make noise thinking they're praying. I have no clue about. As a country, Nigeria, we're probably one of the most prayed countries in the world. But what we get from our prayers probably does not equate to the prayer that we make for whatever reason. But one of them is the part that most of what we call prayer is noise making, right? Jesus says, Father, deal with me as I deal with others. Deal with me as I deal with others. That's a prayer. And that's what verse 3 here is talking about. It says that the essence of the book of Proverbs is to receive the instruction of wisdom, the instruction to know that God will only deal with me as I deal with others. The way I deal with others is a prayer I am making to God. I'm saying, God, this is the standard by which you will answer my prayer. This is the standard by which you will intervene in the issues of my life. Like we look again, Jesus Christ says, give, and it shall be given to you. So will men give unto your bosom. Men give unto your bosom. God make men to give unto your bosom. Men will not give just because they want to give, but the window of heaven, the door of heaven, the opening, the sealing to the release of blessing in your life comes by the way you deal with other people. So therefore, if whatsoever I want in my life, whatsoever I want God to occasion in my life is determined by my giving, my dealing with other people. Deal with me as I deal with other people. And that's what we receive as we receive wisdom. Wisdom helps us to understand that we are the limit or the enablers of our own prosperity, of our own doing well, of our own increase, of our own rising. We are truly the masters of our own fate and the captain of our soul, of our sheep, right? Because our life is a prayer to God. Our life is a prayer to God, not just the noise we'll make in church, not just the noise we'll make, but the life that we live, right? So, and that's what we'll learn here in the book of Proverbs. We'll learn, it's waiting for us to receive wisdom, to receive justice, right? Equity, to receive judgment, right? To know the place of equilibrium in life. That no matter what we do, life seeks equilibrium. And it's up to us to find our own rhythm in the equilibrium of things, in the way God has set his universe to operate. Find our own rhythm, our own placing in that. And therefore, then we guarantee our increase because we're in sync with the equilibrium that God has set. So things begin to work for us, turn out for us, run errands for us. Lord, so staying on verse 3, right? I kind of think I spend a few more minutes just talking about relationship. I can imagine myself coming to the place of praying and saying, God, treat me as I treat others. I'm laying a standard as I come into the place of prayer. I'm not just making a request. I'm saying, God, treat me by this order. Hold me to the reckoning of the way I live my life. Right? I'm not, as it were, forcing God. I'm just saying, God, I'm making a commitment to live at a higher standard. I'm making a commitment to be equitable in all my dealings, whether it be my dealings with my parents, my dealings with my spouse, my siblings, my children, my fellows, brothers, sisters, friends, associates. God, the way I treat my workers, let it be the way you treat me. I'm saying, God, hold me responsible for my relationships. That's a higher, taller that Jesus gave it us in a place of praying. That is not just about making noise. It's about living the life. It's about paying the price for the life you want God to raise you to. It's about being worthy of the prayer you're wanting to be answered. What will our lives be like if we all live to that? If we will be to others the way we want God to be to us. And that's what Solomon is saying in verse 3 here, that the intent of Proverbs is to teach us that. The Bible says that balanced scale is an abomination before God. When I begin to judge people different from the way I want God to judge me, then I am bringing an abomination before God. And God is not going to take that lightly. God's not going to answer. We receive an abomination as a sacrifice. Right? It's up to us to live a higher standard. And that's what we're doing this study through the book of Proverbs, is to raise us, take us to a new level of life, to become manifest as the sons of God. The Bible says the whole of creation is looking for such people. It's in a high time we'll live up to that standard. God has given us the power to become. It's time we'll live up, we'll become. Right? So we'll go on to verse 4. Verse 4 says the reason for this all-chap book is to give prudence to the simple. This kind of touches me, right? Because I used to live a simple life. Everybody kind of likes Attain, because there's things that Attain smiles all the time. Attain is simple. Attain is difficult to get him angry. He doesn't get angry. He's likable. He's laughing all the time, greeting everybody. Everybody loves a simple Attain. But a simple Attain cannot make it alive. There's a place for all the things I've said. There's a place also for the Attain that is not simple. It's just being the right person, the right face for the right circumstance at the right time, in the right place. Your life cannot just be a one way. Your life cannot be without you thinking, without you exercising your mind. Your life cannot just be a free flow without an exercising of your mind. That's the way animals are created. When it's time for migration, the animals will always migrate in only one direction. Bears will fly in only one direction, irrespective of whether that direction is dangerous or not. We're no animals. We're human beings. We're supposed to use discretion. We're supposed to think. We're supposed to exercise our mind. We're given this mind for a reason. It's not just the way I feel. It's not just my instinct. You have to engage your mind, right? Yes, go with what you like, what you love, but carry your mind along. Use your mind. That is what makes us human beings. Use your mind, right? He who created us called us a living soul, a living mind, a living intellect, a living will, a will that is making decisions, a living intellect that's increasing and learning. That's getting better and better. Use it, because that's what's going to save you. That's what's going to open the door to the great to kings for you. And that's what we're going to learn as we go through Proverbs. My time is up. We still haven't finished the intent. We'll continue here tomorrow. God bless you.